Hello guys and welcome everyone to today's stream here on Le Mans Ultimate. Guys, we are back in the LMP2 apparently, and we're about to be back with a little bit of an important one here, right? So um it has been a while that I've been running on LMU. Also haven't done too many races lately. However, today there is a little bit of a challenge, I'd assume. It's not just tonight really, but it is mainly for the stats here of the stream. So I would appreciate if we somehow would be able to get close to the 13,000 subscribers overall on the YouTube channel. Hence, I'm bringing up this little gadget down here. Anyway, today is an interesting one because we're not only going to drive the LMP2 car, we're also going to build a setup for this race, hopefully within the 40 minutes remaining. So, interesting stuff coming your way, especially here around Bahrain. You guys know Bahrain, special track, very technical, not too easy. So let's see what we can deliver from here on. Again, haven't raced this car in a while, not the biggest fan of the car either. So let's see what we're able to do here. Especially since it is open setup. And I think we need to make good work in this 40 minutes. And some kind of starting a bit early. Let's bring up some temperature into the tire. Iron nuts, drip, hello there. I'm Dragon, thank you so much for joining as well. Looking forward to have a good stream with you guys tonight. We're doing okay for tonight. Everything alright as it stands. Let's see how the race is going, obviously. How are you guys doing though? I hope everyone is alright and is enjoying a little bit of Le Mans Ultimate tonight with us. I'm not quite sure what to do with the steering rotation. To a certain extent, it feels like it's way too how shall I say this? Too indirect. And at the same time, I'm massively fearing the car just snapping around. But I figured I'd rather try not to over rotate the steering wheel on the car. Interesting. Okay. I'll need to adjust something on my dash. I think I'm running in kind of an issue with the gearbox here. So which is, for whatever reason, it appears to be that the engine is, despite not fully aspirated, is dropping into a kind of dead zone at very high revs. So my shift light indicators are coming up too late. Review Volta 2, Bella there, how you doing? Oh yeah, I am excited for the update. How about you guys? Yeah, look at how much performance I've just been missing from the engine. Shifting this car way too late. I actually need to check if I need to shift it even earlier. At some point you're going to be too early though. Yeah, so especially that 5th year has been way too long. So maybe I need to come in for another adjustment. Actually, let me just do the adjustment, which is upping the levels. 5 0 7850 75. Right. Miguel, you just ran one of these in the GT3. You mean the Bahrain race? Look, Knoke, I think right now I'm running like 82-ish%. Which is a bit too little in the beginning, but fairly enough towards the end of a braking zone. Let's set purple sector 1. It's me. Ah, 72% even. Well, let me increase that a little. And put the duct closed on the back. The rest we need to see. What do you mean? What is the settings in the P2 degrees? 49 laps for the GT3s. Copy. Do you have any information about how many laps for the LMPs? That would be interesting for the race already. The diff settings. Yeah, I think it's a mixture between degrees and Newton meters or something. I think it's according to the real value from the real car. Okay, I need a little less steering rotation, like otherwise I'm just keep rotating on the steering wheel for no reasons. So controls, force feedback, calibrate. Let's try 450. Might turn out that 500 would have been just perfectly fine. Have you sure? I've only had my issues with this car, like losing it into the end of the braking zone, feeling like no power at all, but suddenly just spinning around. Feels good to drive for you, copy. I do use 900s on my profiler for the more ultimate, and I'm adjusting on every car. Well, not on every car, but on every car class. 500 for hypercars and GT3s. I used to use 390 for this LMP. Yeah, I think and then this eSport slight rotation into the hairpin, it is, some would call it a Scandi flick, and it is probably kinda mandatory to do it, because otherwise you're just slow. But it doesn't really feel any great, and I really hope that also as soon as we hopefully get the tire update, also more cars than just the GT3s, we can eliminate that. Well, Palom, you got at least back in time, right? As we're getting ready for the big update. Yeah, 450 is kind of feeling better. Oh, sorry. I'm new to the car. What is Portimao tomorrow? Multiclass Masters? No. Yeah, homie, I don't know what to do with the second, or with my clutch pedals on the steering wheel now. Because there is nothing else I should do with them, right? I think the most important update is driver swaps and team functionalities, really. Because that will give the more Ultimate just another dimension of usability, right? Ah, you use it for brake migration. Well, I got a full button box to me on the left-hand side, right? So, I don't need it too much for brake migration or anything. Hence is why I'm saying I have a little bit of an issue using that, this thing down here. But it is what it is, you know. You can still use it for perfect getaways out of the pit garage. That's going to be fine, right? Okay, a quick one with the low speed gear ratio. Apparently there is some performance in that, I think. Then about the right height and stuff. We're on 22 SH. I'm going to 18 SH then, to stay within the same range, right? Exactly, the clutch will still work in first gear, which means if we're going to the pit, you can still get this kind of getaways, right? Which hasn't been perfect anyway, but what if you do it like this? Probably not just like that. Try again. Still possibilities, right? Because you can't burn the clutch. Which is probably something else that should fix at some point, but I don't know how many iRacing races have been destroyed of people because of a burnt clutch. I have no idea. I fear I'm pretty much alone with my LMP tonight. But let's see how it goes. Well, they should not only take notes from me, it's also, and this is where we need to encourage the community. It is very important that we as a community are speaking up about the issues that we may find in the game. And I don't only mean bugs, you know, obviously, you run into a bug, you want to have it fixed, so you go and be like, hey look, this is wrong. But we're not only should do that with bugs, we should also do that with obvious things like tire models, like the clutch system, like the starting grids that has also undergone on some optimizations. By the way, yesterday I published a video about the driver swaps, the team functionalities, and the brain and the custom liveries that are coming from the update. So unless you've already watched this, I encourage you guys to have a look after the stream on these videos, on that one video. Speaking about videos though, I'm gonna bring up a new video tomorrow speaking about the content updates and the clutch updates and the tire model updates that have been announced. So that is on the list for tomorrow. I've already captured the content. I just need to find a little bit of an hour to edit the scenes and put them together in a video, you know. It's very interesting. The long gears appear to be a bit more accurate for the track. The only issue where you are suffering with the long gears is from 5th to 6th. There, the short ones is just pulling too much. And let's see up the hill here. It is coordinative a bit more easy, as on the long gear ratio you're just about shifting to 5th before starting shifting down again. But as you can see, like over the straights, especially until you get into 6th gear, the long gear ratio apparently being a bit better. Anyway, keep trying to keep testing. MD, too many days without an Michi Hoyer stream, so you forgot about the commands. I haven't changed anything on the bot, I can assure you of that. So in such circumstances, I would now probably have to go into Motec and see which gearing is creating the lower fuel consumption, and then what would I see? Most likely, actually hard to say. I think having the power available in a 3rd, 4th, 5th gear corners is probably to be favorable. No creepy on the outside, which is great. Okay, a bit more stuff that we can do on the car though. So let's try raising the rear a notch, putting the front a bit lower, because there is still weight to the ground. Rebound shall be fine. Slow bump a bit up to get the car a bit more lazy on the initial turn in. So that we don't slip and slide it too much. More brake pressure because the car can deal with it. And off we go. 18 more minutes till the race. I hope we're having a bit more than just 5 people in the race. Otherwise, I'm looking washed. Safe to say that we do lost the first challenge if there is only a handful of people. Obviously, we'll decide that after qualifying. MD, I'm pretty sure I'm a noob. I'm pretty sure the people that have diehard sweated the LMP2 are probably ready for 49s, maybe even 48s. Okay, maybe not 48 straight away, but mid 49s maybe. Like, seriously. Which is the three times tire and fuel race? Is that the intermediate? Stavros Moussaidis in an LMP2. He will be a benchmark, much more than the other people. So I'm looking forward to see where we're actually sitting. Is everyone being signed up for that? What is the car track combo there? Oops. Anyway guys, I hope you appreciate the content, and if you do so, please have a follow on Twitch, subscribe it on the YouTube channel. Would be much appreciate your support. We're missing 61 subscribers to hit 13,000 overall, so that is the goal for the update week actually, and we're starting it today. Trying to grow the channel over that next milestone. That obviously would appreciate your help, so if you love our streams, if you're new to this, you have watched a couple of times but still sitting on the fence, come off the fence, nothing to fear here. We have a good mood, we have good vibes, we love racing. You're gonna see sometimes some crazy shit here, some crazy positive shit obviously, but mainly you see great sim racing over here, so if you love that, leave a sub, leave a follow, and of course if you want to support the channel beyond just subbing and watching, then please consider becoming a member, becoming a subscriber on Twitch. Feel free to do a donation, feel free to join the Patreon program with a little bit of a monthly support, so that we can always do some reinvestments. For instance, into new bodywork if you would have crashed into the Porsche. There you go. MD is going for a cheat. Like hell yeah, I've lost all the commands in my head. So Plot, tell me, what are the commands? And that's also for you guys watching, of course. Check out the commands on the channel if you want to know about something on the hardware, if you want to know about something from the sim, from the settings. You may find some explanation that suits your question. Rack limits galore. I think the front might be sitting a bit too low now. Bodywork moves a little bit more. Oh, there is another setting that's wrong. Still waiting for those free setup commands. Uh-oh. Well, how do we tell him? So let's see if the diff on the front is already maximum open. That one a shot. Roll bar a click more. Let's see if we can get more rotation. If not, I'm gonna just spin back. MD, you're so right about the dog. There's something biting in this house. It's the dog. And it's wifey, and it's me. Ah, joking. I got the best girlfriend I could wish for. Yeah, still a week of waiting. Well, I'm looking forward to the update, and also teasers that we get from MSG so far. What do you think? What was the car sound that we saw at the very end of the 11-minute video? Hey Marvin, good evening. Aston, the Valkyrie. Bros, that Valkyrie sound is just so amazing on the WEC onboard. So from a sound point of view, this and the Lambo is probably going to be my absolute favorite. So as we hear, service started in 10 minutes. MD, you're ready to do endurance races solo? Well, I can't wait to show you guys custom MH10 liveries. I hope you're looking forwards to that. Yeah, I wonder how the pop for the Valkyrie will be indeed, because as you've mentioned it being that slow right now is certainly not something that would be good for the game, right? Like, probably they have to do it accordingly. Imagine the Valkyrie suddenly beating every other car. Aston Martin people would love it. But I hardly doubt that this is going to be the case. You mean regarding the update now, or regarding the Valkyrie? If this was iRacing, yes, the new car would be OP, so everyone buys it, and then you slow it down so much that it actually takes the place it should have. I doubt that the company is spending any money on cars or props and whatever. Well, I mean, why not have 70 engineers? WEC people might have 70 engineers. I don't know what's wrong with that. Obviously, you want to question yourself if you really want to have 70 people sitting and watching a single race. MD, I mean, we can speak about that. As you obviously know, I am a Pro Plus subscriber, so... Yep, there goes the LMP2. So obviously, I do have the ability to sign up 100 members and then put them into different lineups, and then we can have some community cars and some races. But you know, guys, here's the deal. Or the thing, what makes me maybe go away from that idea is, like, where do you draw the line? So I have almost 13,000 subscribers, 8,000 followers on Twitch, right? It's probably no issue to find 100 passionate people of the more ultimate being like, hey, yeah, I would love to be on an MH10 community team. So where do I draw the line? Who to take in, who not to take in? Will I put it only to the people that I trust? Will I put it to something random? Speaking about trust, I'm not trusting the car. Shit. You know, where do I draw the line? And then additionally, how do I manage these people? Because Chet who gives most sub gets a spot. Yeah, then people will claim that I'm only accepting pay drivers, right? I mean, it would be a great business idea, right? No, but jokes aside, it's like, where do I draw the line? And then it's also about, I might not be in the races or driving with the guys, but let's say something happens. Someone loses his temper and makes a Max Verstappen move. How do I gonna deal with it? I have to review it. Then I have to take action, because if I don't take action, it drops back on my image to an extent. You know, those are the things that really go through my mind, as in, like, if I would do it, how am I gonna do it? Because as much as I trust you guys, you're being like, yeah, we don't want to do that in the first place. It's like, yeah, cool. I assume you don't. But what if, you know? What if? And that gives me a little bit of a meh feeling, you know? As in, should I go and also put my reputation on the line? Because it's, yeah. Yeah, it feels a bit too much rake and also a bit too much ARB in the back now, so I just went back with a click or two. You can, I think you can be part of, I think they didn't mention anything about how many teams you can be part in. But if you run a team without Pro or Pro Plus sub, then you can have up to 6 members in one lineup. And I, as a Pro Plus sub, I can have 100 members and up to 10 lineups. So the idea of having a community team actually would exist, right? Or like, you could call it also an academy program. That then probably I would actually charge, because then I would say, okay, you know what, guys, I'm your engineers, and we're doing like a 4-hour race, 3 drivers. We're gonna get up to speed together. I show you the clicks and I show you the things that you have to do, and then we race a 4-hour race. The 3 guys are driving and I'm just being the engineer and I stream it. That would be an idea, really. But again, since I obviously offer coaching, I would make that deal being like, hey, you take some learnings away, it's not only for the fun. And at the same time, I'm having a business case out of it, saying like, if I do a 4-hour stream, say, hey, I've trained these guys, or we've done a public practice session together, then suddenly it becomes a different case again, right? So there's possibilities, and that would be good fun to some sort. But again, it is an important business decision, because it also means if I dedicate 4 hours of my time to a race where I actually doesn't participate in, and maybe in the future I might be racing for a team, so I should have probably done better some driving myself or some practice. You know, you never know what's going to be the deal, right? And all of a sudden the car is dead on the front. Pelham, I hear you with a slap in the face. But, and this is, I mean, it's a two-faced sword, right? On the one hand, you are absolutely rightfully saying it is a business move of Studio 39 saying, hey, we now offer teams, we now offer driver swaps, you can finally do league, but only when you can host it on our system, which you can't anyway. Because it's not available for hosted servers, nor is it for championships at the minute. So, in order to profit from the team and the driver swap feature, they need more Pro Plus subscriptions in order to fully allow the full bandwidth, such as livery action, where the teams want to be in. Generally, the team thing to really use it in full scope. sort of have to be a pro sub, right? At least a pro sub. Because just having, if you're running a team with just a maximum of 6 members and 1 lineup, you keep just managing your lineup all the freaking time. That's not really what you want to have, right? So it's a bit of a tricky one, right? Okay, speaking about a tricky one, we are saving, well, we do one more click. We are saving setup. Please. Oh. And then we're about to get going on to the race, right? So at least we have enough drivers in total, 53. How many people are into that intermediate race? Is that, that is the 3 times tire wear and everything. It's not that many people, is it? Interesting. What about this? Ah, that one just started, right? Anyway, we are on our event and we're about to take a drive. Practice is going on. We're about to join. What happens in 2 weeks, Marvin? It's interesting that you say in that column that you think it is too cheap, because I'm pretty sure you're the first guy saying it is too cheap, although you're absolutely right. If you start comparing the LMU Pro Plus sub to the different sims, then you'll immediately find that for sure that is the case, right? That it is really, really cheap. So we are doing 6 laps times 3, 18 liters of fuel for the quali. And look at this, we really just have, we only have 10 hypercar, 10 LMP2s. I hope a couple of guys still joining. Anyway, I would like to do a shout out. Thank you so much for becoming a subscriber on the YouTube channel there. Much appreciated. Paul Kennelly. Thank you for joining. Hey, June. Ah, June, hard one, but I think you should still be able to, yeah. You should still be able to buy that season pass overall. I wouldn't know why it should not be possible. That was the final click, I guess. Okay, let's head into qualifying. If we are OP'ly out qualifying everyone, we're gonna do this last bit fast. For the memes, for the lulz, for the content. How do you spell her? Him? Probably her. Pia Pia. Noted. Muzion, hello there. How you doing? Thank you for joining. I am all right. How about you? 50 seconds to the... I have 3 tire choices, right? Yeah. The setting that I forgot, graphics, still comes from Bahrain. Get rid of the low. Lock horizon. VMS is on vacation this weekend. I think that's where the 2-hour 40 of Le Mans is happening June 21st, the 2nd, like whatever is the Sunday, 22nd, I think. Alan, what do you think about the Pix... Oh, how are they called? Not Pixar. Pixum? That VR goggles company that have bought a majority of shares from Le Mans Ultimate. You know the company? You don't know them? What do you think about that? Would be a... Yeah, Pimax. Pimax. Pixum. What the fuck? Sometimes not sure what my brain's thinking. Green, green, green. Here comes the quali. So damn easy to get a freaking lock up. Hey Justin, how you doing? Thank you so much. Appreciate it. When do we see you on Le Mans Ultimate finally? At least I haven't seen you somewhere in the top split of some weeklies and special events. I may have been also absent when we were racing. What is a Quest 3? Is that a certain type of VR goggle? I have no idea really what Pimax is, what is the market all about. I know they're looking into VR. I know they kind of specialize in simulations such as MS Flight Simulator and now obviously Le Mans Ultimate. But I don't know what's their full scope, what's their full business case. Like, I haven't heard of them before they were coming into the markets. What is not as good as Amos 2, the VR support? Hey Paolo, how you doing? Yeah, I think I'm running 78 or 79% of brake pressure now. I'm coming with the same issue. And then I still tend to lock it up. How do you like this LMP2 compared to the R-Factor 2 version, Paolo? I know that you've been an LMP2 expert over there at R2 together with me. JVD Smisson. There we go. We have competition in the race. He is actually in the race. It is. Hello there. How you doing? Long time no see. Thank you for joining. Yeah, so I think I need to have that open diff on the power, otherwise no rotación. Yeah, I'm also having a bit of an issue with the LMP2. Like, there's obviously a reason why I've skipped it for so long. What I get triggered so much by is the way that it snaps into the end of a braking zone, especially into low speed turns. It's way too easy to just, you know, lose the rear and then it goes. Oh, Pelham, there's nothing wrong with you liking the car. To an extent, I like it as well. It is a challenge to drive. But then, at the same time, sometimes I'm just a bit... unhappy with it, you know? Because it does this. And when it does this, it's so easy to just screw it up, right? TC8. Actually might be coming to power cut 4. As the slip angle is obviously linked to it as well. I haven't quite understood if you need to turn a lot of pressure on the steering wheel or whether you're just killing the fronts with that. It's a bit of a hard one for me to judge, really. So Maverick, are you saying that Pimax is a pioneer when it comes to VR? Like Tesla used to be for electric cars? Yeah, I need to open that diff again. So Kucic with the purple lap here. And then Michi with a F up. It's easy to spin the car, especially in the wet. It's kind of a interesting one there, but yeah, you see, yeah. But if I go even more forwards with a brake bias, you know, then you're instantly locking the fronts while it's still sliding that rear. And even now I locked the front first before locking the rear. And you see that little tap of brake before the apex just makes the car rotate. The biggest and heaviest VRs I see. The Pimax is like a high premium VR brand, and I'll take from your accusations that I obviously should not call it an accusation, but could I stop throwing away good laps and final turn? That would be amazing. Yeah, look at the turn 1 that is not slip slided. It really feels that with this car you need to be done with braking for the turn-in. Which tyre did I land up first? Rear right. Marvin, thank you so much for your tier 1 sub on the Twitch channel. Much appreciated. Thank you for the support. I'll give it one more click to the front, F it. Yeah, I'm trying not to, but I mean, you know, I don't even want to slide it into turns. The gearbox is confusing me. It feels so wrong to shift so early. So top 3 are done. Top 2 are done basically with the laps. And I'm gonna lock the rear diff by a notch. Can't have it. It's also obviously presenting a bit of an issue with tire wear, the way I'm driving it. You keep slip and sliding. The rear's just gonna be cooking. It's funny today we don't have to take care about virtual energy and stuff, which is a bit new to me. Yeah, it runs on lower RPM, I'm aware of that. Good night, Laura. Hello there, how are you doing? Thank you for joining. Okay guys, despite the gap's only 2 or 310 for P2. I'm still going to go for our last to first challenge here with you. Because I know you guys loving the entertainment, do you? On the powertrain, open the diff, but click up the coasts. To stiffen the rear. Have it a bit more closed. Everything else is kind of fine, I guess. I assume, I hope. Alright, starts in 2 minutes. I quickly go for a pee break. Oh, Stavros in second. What did he do in the end? Alright guys, 100 minutes of racing. We're starting from pole, but we're gonna run wide in turn 1, going for a last to first challenge. I hope you guys will enjoy. We're going to drop back into P15, given no one is dropping a car. Green, green, green. Then we try coming back before the GT3 pack. Oops. It's not going to work there. And we take a little bit of an exit. Oh, yeah. Ooh, almost died. Round goes the first guy. Alright. P14. Here we go. Have the fun. Yeah, it almost turned ugly indeed. This could have been very ugly as well. Drama on the outside. Position for us on the inside. E11. I think I'm one of the one of the fewer guys that are on the short gearing. Because I do have an advantage over these guys on most of the acceleration zone. So as much as this shall be a challenge, of course I need to get past a couple of guys really quick. He got scared. I'm sorry about that. P9 was sitting. Last days of clutch fuel saving, absolutely. Got to use it for as long as it's there, right? Ooh. Almost got killed. So, hunting down Jalai for P7. Then actually we have a little bit of clean air already. I mean, I do know that the car is tricky, but it is interesting how much people are running wide. Which is also the reason why I'm staying here to the inside now, because I don't want to be run into the back. Right, let's see, 51.4 Muzaidis. 52.0 by us. 6/10 off. Surely something that I can fix with no overtaking. And hopefully also no track limits, right? I'm Dragon, I'm running 30 degrees field of view. And if you want to check out your own perfect field of view, then feel free to go to my YouTube channel and check for the FOV guide. or the optimal field of view tutorial for Le Mans Ultimate. Mercedes must have had an issue, huh? Butchich is now leading. Was there contact? Perhaps? I don't know what was the gap between them. As we're at purple sector 1, purple sector 2. Yep, Houdini is right about it, right? It's only the aliens doing that with clutch stuff. 1/10 quicker than Kurcic. I have to admit, like, I'm kinda underdriving the car, really. Trying not to slide it, trying not to be too late on the brakes. Into P6 we go. As we're seeing more purple. It was a bit wide though. I agree with you, Paolo, which is why I'm trying to underdrive the car a lot. So guys, if you're wondering what is this sub goal all about in the bottom right corner beside my face cam, guys, we're just 59 subscribers away from the 13,000. And this is the goal for me for the update week. I would love to hit the 13,000 subscribers overall together with you guys. As we see more Spinalas. Who was that this time? Who spun? Was that Musaitis again? So yeah, finishing my point with the 13,000 subscribers overall, as I would like to thank you very much, Anton Rocevic, for becoming a subscriber on our YouTube channel. Much appreciated. So does Lucas Shekarak. Thank you guys for the support. That means 57 to go. And for those of you interested into more Le Mans Ultimate update news, tomorrow, either 7 or 8 PM, we're gonna launch another video talking about more update on the upcoming Le Mans Ultimate update day on June 10th. Obviously, for those of you that have watched the first episode where we talked about driver swaps, team functionalities, custom liveries, that aired yesterday and is obviously still available on my YouTube channel. So if you wonder what I'm talking about, check out our YouTube channel, check out the video tab, and find the check updates, the first deep dive in the new features coming to Le Mans Ultimate on June 10th. As we are lapping fastest lap of the race again. Closing the gaps here. It's insane how much you get performance and pace out of the car if you underdrive it. It was really good to see though that we can do so. Clear indication that I was pushing way too hard in the free practice. Lapping the same lap times though. Don't do it for stopping on me. Lift off for whatever reason and then let the car roll. Maybe Fesh should just let me bite because it was close anyway, but I think if I saw it correctly he was making up for track limit cuts. I agree, Paolo. The R Factor 2 LMP2, you pretty much threw it through the corners. Shouldn't do it with that machine. Also have to admit, like, you have to drive it like a car, right? Like, yeah, you can still have that slip slide and rear slide going on. But you need to be much more sensible and you need to be much more careful with how you're approaching corners, how you're approaching this in general. As we are now approaching Justin van der Smissen. There's a little bit of a wiggle, we should have a good clean draft. Obviously not much draft on the LMP2s. He is on the long gearing, which gives us the drive. Said this before, there's hardly any slipstream on these LMP2 cars. And that little bit of rearwards rotation from an open diff with a little bit of a rear lock into the hairpin is probably the optimum in what you can be allowed doing. Maybe every once in a while, not all the time. What was the pole time that we did? 49.7-ish? Yep, lock the rear and approach to the turn. $49,798 copy. As these guys giving each other hell. Later, guys. I knew this was going to happen. Hence the moment that he moved short before the braking zone was like, nope, not gonna even try. Alright, into second place, 4.7 seconds to the lead. Might punted both of them, absolutely. Much aura. So I can use the remaining 85 minutes to think about how to title this short then. Hang on a minute. Anyway, for those of you that are new to the channel watching this, be like, ah, this is kind of cool. This is the stuff that you see on this channel. On a random day, there might be always a last to first challenge. And if you appreciate that, then guys, please have a follow on Twitch, subscribe on the YouTube channel, give the stream a like. And once again, reminder, we are trying to achieve 13,000 subscribers on this channel altogether. We're missing 56. So you guys already pushing hard. 5 subs during the stream. Thank you so much for your support, and really, really love your support. Really grateful for it. As we keep continuing the laps, fuel for 14.3 laps. I'm afraid not really too much I can see. I can do fuel saving here, as we're coming into the traffic situations. I think we're gonna have a good time battling with Courage. Need to be super careful. Our CFO of the group is called Matthew Cusick. And Cusick and Courage is way too similar in the beginning for me to throw it up at some point, so yeah, Matthew, I'm sorry. Whoops. 1 GT3 in the off area. .5 seconds to Kurcic. Kurcic. Is it Kurcic? Kurcic or Kurcic? Probably a Cic, like Simoncic. Our handball, local handball team, with having a lot of former Yugoslavian people. The Cic is a huge thing here in the city. So I'm kind of used to it. Ah, too late on the brakes. Yeah, and this happens if you're too late on the brakes, unless you're running way too much front brake bias in the first place, which is probably the reason why everyone else is running wide. Guys, I'm having a bit of a hard time. Like, if this was a 20-minute sprint, I could have actually achieved the last to first challenge here. Like, it's still 2 laps to go from here. And we're actually close to the lead, right? Just 2 seconds. How about doing it 2 times in the race? So let's see where would be the end of the snake sitting. Yeah, already a minute back. Oh, that I probably can't achieve anymore. It's not like Kurcic is slow or something. I don't really think so. Like, yeah, I may gain half a second over him or 4/10 the lap. But with 50 laps, that means I can do maximum of 20 seconds, right? Sorry. So if anything, I can maybe afford an extra pit stop. But let's not celebrate too early, because strategies might be a thing here with 3 stints and 2 stops. Whoa, Flexy with a raid. 71 people, thank you so much, buddy. Appreciate your support. How was your stream? What have you been doing? Most importantly, I forgot to ask, where are you actually from? Are you from the Netherlands? Are you from Europe? Are you from the US? So trying to go for the lead here with the switchback. beautiful. Not 100% executed yet. Shall I let him go deep into the turn? Actually, he gets the braking point. Nicely done by him. Roxlul, thank you for the follow. Thank you for your message. Ah, you're from the Netherlands. Copy, copy. Thank you everyone for joining. Once again, Flexi, appreciate the raid. Or the party of 71. What have you done today? What have you enjoyed? I assume Le Mans Ultimate. As you see us on the last of first challenge in a 100-minute race. 22 months. Thank you very much for your follow on the Twitch channel as we're setting up the move for turn 1 here. Around the traffic we go. Not going to be a move for turn 1. Aye, that Spa, was it an intermediate race? Ah, advanced even. How populated are the advanced races? Like, for real, I have no idea. I think I've only done 1, maybe 2 advanced races ever. Because usually they're so underpopulated. Three or 4 splits in advance? That is crazy nice. Yeah, nicely done. So, a shout out to Flexi, thank you for the raids, give this guy a follow. He's starting to build a huge fan base and a huge community, especially with lots of reels on the Instagram channel. He just grew up to a 10k followers on the Instagram channel, so that is huge. Needless to say, I think I'm just a bit jealous on that, because obviously we're trying to do the same thing, but he's perfectly hitting the algorithm, and he's in a real nice bubble and in a real nice growing wave, so surely a rising streaming star here. And I assume his Le Mans Ultimate content is just as good as this, so give him a follow, check out his channel, and I'm pretty sure at some point we're going to sit in the same races. What is your driver rank and safety rank, if I may ask? So the question is, like, how much effort am I putting into, like, getting by now? Because what's going to happen is, if I ever nail this final turn and be sitting in the draft, I'll have like a godlike run on him towards turn 1. Obviously he's always going to run away a little bit on the... Ah, so moving on the braking, I see. He's always going to be running away out of the final turn because the long gears are just that little bit better in acceleration. Is what I've said in the testing as well. But then when it matters about overtaking into the final turn, into the first turn, the short gearing setup just gives you that little bit of top end, which means if I really get a nice run out of the final turn, then I should have not an easy one, but quite a lot of overspeed. Paolo, have a good one. I have to do VEC practice as well, as you can imagine. So maybe we see each other later on the server. Yeah, speaking about VEC, guys, the 24 Hours of Le Mans happening this weekend as we are coming to a final, as we're coming to a closing of Season 17 in the Virtual Endurance Championship. We're going to be out with a McLaren GT3 for the 24 Hours of Le Mans happening Saturday and Sunday. Looking forward to see you guys on the stream. We're obviously going to stream our runs as per usual. So if I can get that exit into the final turn, then we should have, yeah, there we go. That should be the run that I need. Deep into turn 1, here we go, for the lead. Exactly, MD, Mr. Simracing and Papayane being the teammates, as we have to come back from a dive bomb with a switchback. Some people know that move. Here is the solution on how to defend from it. As we have 8 more laps of fuel. There's not only going to be Jesper and Jane for the 24 hours. I'm also going to be racing with Kasper Stolzer, some former Joe Lazy esport driver. He might still be affiliated with the team, I don't know. But as we know, esport is kind of dead on R Factor too. I think it doesn't matter too much anyway. The only downside of the 24-hour race is going to be very likely that I'm not going to be live for 24 hours straight. We're going to share the duty, I think, with Jane and Jesper. See you, Flexi. Thanks again for the raid. Welcome, everyone. Yeah, guys, we're on the way to 13,000 subscribers, and if you appreciate the sim racing stuff we do, if you love the conversation and the racing action, then please have a follow on Twitch. Subscribers on the YouTube channel, we're lacking 56 more subscribers to hit the 13,000s overall. Oh shit. Yeah, effed it up on the exit. Nick, maybe I was sliding through turn 1 because of talking to the subscribers. Going up with the clip of the cut. Clip angle is not available because it's linked to each other. I think if any FFB of any car in Le Mans Ultimate was ever great, I think it's the LMP2 FFB. What are you missing on it? What was that slowdown? Tanner, thank you so much. Andre and RSM, thank you very much for your follows on the Twitch channel. Much appreciated. Hang on a moment. Nordic Watch Addict. Ah. I was trying to find the walking in the Nordic, but nothing I could see, right? I'm keeping the drain brake in a bit too long attached now. I used to completely miss the low speed understeer oversteer. Yeah, okay. In the low speed the car really feels a bit dull, I agree. Anything else is fine though. Last lap here in turn 13 was Kuchik. Sorry, Kurich. I'm sorry. Was he off the track limits and had some lift in order to stop the calculation? Ah, there you go. Drive through. So that is a yes to my question. Yeah, guy is a fighter indeed. But as much as he has put aggressive moves, you gotta say he was predictable and not overly aggressive and not just like reckless how I've seen many other people being, even in F1. Heck. So nothing wrong with that. Good racing. Oh, no worry, Nordic. This is why we're doing streaming, including a chat. Because when we can, we're having a conversation. What do you think of the balance of the car, guys? Just from what you're seeing when watching. Sadly, I think Paolo just left because he was an LMP2 experienced driver. Thank you, Nordic Watch Dict. Safe to say that this is learned over the years, as we've even done that in the highest esport competitions that we've participated in. Ripo BS, hello there, thank you for joining. Welcome to the stream. Would you drive this setup for a race in terms of how it drives? Louis77, thank you very much for the follow. Actually, we're also hunting a small milestone on the Twitch channel. We're on the way to the 8,100 subscribers overall there. No TCR. You mean like the TCR Cup car? Do you think the TCR Cup car would drive similar to R Factor 2 TCR? I doubt it. Ah, look at this. Kurcic says thank you. So we text back. While going through the traffic here. Is the chat now being available in my screen for all the time again? Yeah, let's see what that is next weekend. Maybe they're announcing 2025 cars, or maybe even like a closer collaboration. Because what is outstanding about next week is that they are being on the official press conference together with ACO, FIA, around the 24 hours of Le Mans. Which is interesting, you know. Means that there's something special up. But I have absolutely no clue what this could be about. Unless they sit there and be like, Le Mans Ultimate is coming, Le Mans Virtual Series is coming. That would be a bombshell. But to be all honest, it wouldn't fit the current communication about the system, right? So with them still having to test a lot of stuff, only getting it out in limited, they've pushed the update a month back. I presume because the system wasn't ready to go out for the public. Which is a shame on one hand, but also a very courageous way to say, okay, you know, we're holding up the hand. It's like, everyone is wanting it, we know that. But it's just not there, so we have to postpone it. I'm not sure how the company would have decided that like half a year back when they were in money troubles. So did the investment of Pimax change something? Not sure, but very likely. If you have that operating money, I want to say, in the backyard, you're like, yeah, okay, we can afford postponing this for a month to make it real, and then get the people that would buy the game finally anyway, get even more people on the sub, and then because it is good and it gets good reputation, get even more people from somewhere else in, which is, you know, the long-term thinking, which I finally love to see, which I kind of have missed from a business case POV lately, where they, you know, brought a little content, charge money for it, get pro subscriptions, but not too many functionalities. I think now with the driver swaps, custom liveries and stuff coming, the Pro and the Pro Plus subscription, they grow in terms of value so much. I haven't heard anything about a price fix on the Pro or Pro Plus subscription, so I assume that stays the same. As I want to say, welcome to VX Best WTW. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. But the Pro and the Pro Plus subscription become even higher in value because features are added to it, right? So, and what I also love is there is no difference between Pro and Pro Plus subscription when it comes to functionality. So, Pro or Pro Plus both get up to 100 drivers in a team, both get up to 10 lineups within the team. It's just that the Pro Plus subscription gives you all available DLC for R-Factor 2 and for Le Mans Ultimate on top of that. That is the only difference. And that means that the net value of that Pro or Pro Plus subscription has grown over the years. Over the month, over the updates. Which is just fascinating to see, right? It's just exactly what we want. So, box. Oh, I should change tires. Just because. So, I guess more LMP2s in. AMG and Valkyrie going to be next, I bet. Joe, yeah. Would be the most reasonable call, right? 54 seconds for fuel. Here we go. Marco, you hope they announce safety car and full course yellow periods. Hello there. That would be good fun. ELMS announcement. That would be too obvious, wouldn't it be? I don't know. But keep the ideas coming. I'm looking forwards. Cripple BS, you are right, 2.5 million are not a lot, but it would be a lot to keep the boat floating for 3-4 more months. And if you then and if you keep afloat, you know, and then come around with more time and more long-term revenue, then this is the best that could happen to you, right? Because this is what gives you more options in the long run, what gives you more time to fix bugs, which gives you more funds to make new business acquirements, get licenses and so on. And most importantly, you know, these 2.5 million investment, this is also a signal to the market. Remember how many also streamers and people that do influencing in the sim racing world have said like, oh, this MSG is bankrupt and why they are not going out of business and this is all doomed and whatnot. No, they've now found an investor. And that in itself is also, okay, someone is trusting that entire project, someone is trusting that team. And if we're freaking honest, goodness me, what has Le Mans Ultimate for a quality? Remember, this is like a 25, 26, 30 people dev team. And they are working on content, they are working on features and bug fixes and bring them out every 3 months. I don't know how many iRacing employees we have, but I think it's pretty impressive what these guys are doing. And together with the investor and the news about that, that means that's good and great news for the community, for the game in itself. That also means people that are sitting on the fence have been like, you know, half a year back, majority of people would have said, I'm not going to spend the money to a company which is going out of business soon, like, it's not worth it. But now they might be like, it appears to be that they're not going out of business because they now have funding, and probably the company that have bought them will invest future funds into MSG and Studio 397. As you know, if you bought it once, you may also gonna buy it twice in order to finish off your goals with it. And I think that is a huge signal, right? On a customer psychologically side as well. Yeah, so as you've seen, we've had cold tires, we've slipped past. Back in third, now trying to do the job again. He lets me go. What do you mean Peugeot has become a beast with the release of the new setups? Which new setups? What do you mean, Crypto? iRacing is way too deep into the corporated greed mindset. Feel free to elaborate a bit on it. Might be a language barrier on my end. NoxTL, thank you for the follow. Welcome. 5 more to go for 8.91k. Much appreciated. And you know, this is in order to finish off the point that I raised before. Remember, half a year back we had user numbers between 1.2 1.5k if this were good. With the GT3s we got up to 2.2 2.5 in the long run on average. And now with the latest update, despite it hasn't been that big of a one, right, with the Porsche, with the Aston, with the Ford, with smaller track layouts and just some minor fixes and a new block, we got up to 3k people, which compared to a year before is like factor 3, right? And we're not only talking about a year before where everyone was like, oh, how long is MSG going to survive? Yeah, we also found an investor in the meanwhile. As I say, and this is why, again, moving a month the release of the updates now with the driver swap is the right call. And I'm just, you know, if they released it in May with a couple of bucks, you would have probably get, let's say, 1,000 new customers. Okay, that is, I don't know, after Steam takes its bit, maybe 200,000 euros. Cool. So, but because, and maybe even some of them refund it because it's so full of bugs that it's not enjoyable. So, you've not only lost another 20% of those sales again, so you're back to 160,000 or whatever. You've also lost a couple of customers. They are like, nah, the service is bad, I'm not going to have it. So in short term, you made 160,000 additional revenue. Cool. But if you release it 1 month late, yes, you have to finance your stuff for a little longer. But you're not only getting the same amount of people that would have bought the system before, this time it's flawless, so you're going to stick with the 200,000, but also because those 1,000 that have bought it, 400 or 500 of them were like the people that were like, yeah, I keep sitting on the fence. They were not recommending the game. They now start recommending the game. So you get another 500 on top of it. And because everyone wants to have their custom liveries going, 30% of them get their Pro Plus subscription, which is another, let's say they go for the full year. So that is 100 euros times 300. There's another 30,000. So instead of only making 160, you make up like 350,000 in total, or 280,000 in total, just from delaying this entire thing 1 month and keep working on it to finalize and perfectionate it. Oh. Rikudo Gaming, what kind of updates would you be loving or required to see on the Lambo SC63? As we're taking the lead for the moment here. Cripple, yeah. I get your points, and I may agree on it, to be honest. I think the only updates that are coming to hypercars is Bob, if anything. Because if there were massive changes, you know, they keep talking about new GT3 tire model and the addition of more cars and refinement even of some back-end stuff in order to help the stability of the game. As much as they are doing that, they would be surely saying like, we found issues on car XYZ and have fixed them. So sadly for the fans of the Lambo SC63, I'm afraid the only positive thing that could happen is a BOP update for the car. Other than that, I'm pretty sure it stays beached. If it is beached, I haven't driven it in a while. Henry Mayers, well, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? Yeah, and again, guys, on the YouTube channel, we're trying to grow to 13,000 subscribers in total, and we are locking just 56 for that. So, if you wanna help us out, if you wanna support this channel, if you appreciate what we're doing, help us hitting that blue bar, making the full bar. Hitting 100%, that is the goal by the end of next week. To hit the 13,000 subscribers in the update week. Lots of fun is going to happen. The only thing which I kind of dislike about the update being next week is I think that iRacing updates on the same day. Pretty sure there's some purpose on that by Studio 397 to an extent. I would have appreciated to be like a week away from that. The problem is, I'm pretty sure that Studio 397 prioritizes Le Mans week, which is that week as well in real life. They need the update to be out in the race week of 24 hours of Le Mans, which again means you share the newspaper with iRacing, which personally I think is shit. Because obviously the attention is split half and half. Best, you're talking about the hardware setup or the driving car setup in the game? And of course, if you guys are appreciating the talks about the news and the features, then watch out for tomorrow. There comes a video about the content and miscellaneous updates on the Le Mans Ultimate system. I will publish it tomorrow, yeah, between 7 and 8 PM. Content is already done. Just need to cut it together, render it and upload. Hopefully be able to do that tonight. And then I'm planning to do another video, which you guys can give me some input on it with ideas, thoughts, and guesses. I'm going to do another video which is going to be about the future of Le Mans Ultimate. Now that we have the driver swaps and the team functionalities, we'll be sitting on the fence seeing what comes next, apart from hopefully more cars and tracks. And also, as we know, Stephen Hood was a bit suspicious about it, saying, yeah, we're gonna do a next announcement of updates in a video, but we're gonna do it after an official press conference at the Le Mans 24 hours track where they are sitting. Most important part of the update, no more clutch pulling. Yeah, for some people that might be the most important part. For me, it is a very important part indeed, and I appreciate it's finally coming. Because as much as we do love to boost the efficiency while pulling the clutch, and you guys know I've done a tutorial about it, so I'll also show the people how I'm doing it, which is like this. It is obviously still, it's contradicting with what happens and works in real life and whatnot. And you have to be bloody honest that in real life, just coming towards the turn, see, oh, there's a car coming, so you lift off, let the car turn in, pass it. That's how it works in the real life, right? There's no clutch pulling on that. I see so many clips of tonight already. Good fun. Love clips. Yeah, T lost him. See, I know what you're saying. It sucks someone making use of it. But at the same time, you cannot be mad about the people doing it because it's available, right? And in an esport race, if it's really, if every tenth, every inch is mattering, you're doing it because you have to. And let's see if people find different exploits this time. I hope not. But you know the esport world, right? They update the BOP and suddenly a completely different car is OP because someone is being like, they haven't adjusted the Alpine, so that is going to be the new car. And suddenly the Alpine is up there and everyone is using the Alpine, and then everyone is crying about the Alpine being so OP. Then the Alpine gets 20 kilograms. And despite the BMW got another 5 kilogram in the meanwhile, everyone is sweating the BMW and everyone is being like, damn, this BMW is OP. Until that gets fixed. And so there is the big issue that every update, every BOP update brings another flaw in. Now you guys remember everyone was complaining about, yeah, the Lambo being so OP but hard to drive. The LMP2 being so OP but hard to drive. Then they are giving the LMP2 a huge buff, a huge slowdown. And suddenly people are jumping onto the Peugeot 24, to the Toyota and to the Ferrari, which have gotten any changes at all. No changes on the last BOP update on LMH cars. And suddenly LMH cars go quicker than the LMDH got before the BOP, which in hindsight means the LMDHs have not been OP, it's just no one could be asked driving the LMH in eSport and sweating them. And here we sit. Likely getting more BOPs. Let's see what happens after that. Clickenhouse meta incoming, that is a 4% probability chance, I think. But yeah, that would be a mega thing to finally have the Funwell and the Clickenhouse being competitive. Isotta Fraschini, whatever the spelling, you guys know what kind of cars. 50% chance that this is going to be the new OP LMH. Because they are bopping whatever thing, but no one ever since drove the LMH of Isotta. And suddenly that's going to be OP because people be like, They slowed down the Toyota, they slowed down the Ferrari, they slowed down the LMDs before. Let's see whether they get quick again. Which is the car that we haven't sweated yet, but is somewhat competitive? Yes, the Isotta. So let's go sweat it. Then they make this the Isotta setups OP. Shops all around the more ultimate setup shops being like, look, this is the Isotta setup that makes you go 2 seconds quicker than the rest of it. Everyone buys and drives it. New business case was created, and then people will be complaining about Isotta Bio. That is sadly how the sim racing world is working. My opinion. Oh, fuck. Just about got rid of. A hot lap challenge is tricky and difficult. Because what you would have to do is you would need to be hot lap challenge with prizes, and then hot lap challenge on one track, and every week assign a different car with open setup. And then you need to do that 1 week per car on track times 11 tracks times 12 cars, 11 cars. So you see where this is going already. You would need like 2 years to have a full BOP around. And then you are changing a small glimpse of a setup or a small glimpse of a physics update because, I don't know, a tire isn't working as intended, or you bring some other updates that bring downsides and needs fixing. And you start all over again. Look at this neutral steering, rotating the car. What did LFM do in ACC? I know they had their own bob, but I don't know how they made it. Not Afraid 551, thank you for the sub, appreciate it, welcome. Hey Tanner, how you doing? They do no rating for first lap, what do you mean by that? So no change this time for the pit stop. Justin, hello there, how you doing? Well, Stefano, that is what the series is called. I think they're pointing at the ELMS season being only LMP2 and GT3s. Which in hindsight, someone said ELMS content announcement on the official press conference in Le Mans 24. Actually, if you're already now referring to European endurance season or series, I know this is not entirely ELMS or what ELMS stands for, but maybe your link isn't that bad. LFM did a hot lap challenge with 10 euros fastest kart track combo. So you also mean they also gave away 10 euros to the quickest Porsche, even if that was like P25 on the leaderboard. But if it was the quickest Porsche, the guy receives 10 euros. Is that what they did? Yeah, you never know whether we get proper LMP2s though. Interesting. Yeah, surely we'll get a couple of esporters on it. Especially also would mean that a couple of esporters be like sweating a couple of cars of their liking and getting comparable data. But then, and here's the downside of it, or not downside, but I would say here's the limiting factor. Just because one car is fastest on a single lap doesn't mean it's gonna win all the races, does it? We've seen this before with the BMW M4 in RF2 in the Virtual Endurance Championship. On paper, that car is pretty decent. On paper, that car can go easily in the top 5 at every race qualifying. But every race we've done in the Virtual Endurance Championship, the BMW could only be run for 56, 57, 58 minutes. Whereas the Porsche was the only car to easily go for the full hour. So in a 6-hour race, with a car that maximum can get somewhere into the top 5, you would need to outpace a Porsche at least for one pit stop. So, is that still a good bop? Probably not. But that is the reality as well, right? Yeah, nobody can be asked to do race laps, but this is what balance of performance is all about. You can give a car somewhere an advantage in qualifying if it levels out in the race. Obviously, arguably, you can then say, yeah, if the car is then easily going to put the car on pole, but hasn't got that too much downside in the race, then it's a bad bop either. So, no matter how you put it, you can, you know, balance of performance is like arguing with your wife. You can't win it. Oh, you just didn't hit me. Oh, thank you so much. That was the instant karma of making wife jokes. Clip it. You'd rather have a quali-based BOP than default BOP with cars being 1 second faster on some tracks. Yeah. I mean, again, it's the same issue with the Ferrari. The Ferrari hypercar here on the more Ultimate is on paper equal with the Pug and the Toyota. But in the race, it starts getting imbalanced with the tire wear, and then it slows down. And then you hardly have a chance winning the races. Obviously that doesn't apply for all the tracks, but for some. I'm doing a shit job right now. Now guys, if you appreciate the save, if you think that save appreciates a like on the video, give the thumbs up button on the YouTube channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Follow us on Twitch, grow the community. Actually, 3 more followers on Twitch for 8.1k. And of course, for me, most important target right now is the 13,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel, where we're lacking 55. The sound was the AMG, you mean of the teaser video of the more Ultimate. Justin, I think then you will be particularly interested in tomorrow's video of mine. Tomorrow I'm going to publish a video where we're going to talk about the content update. So the cars and tracks the more Ultimate is receiving on June 10th. Note that down, !sub on the YouTube channel, on the Twitch chat will give you the link to the YouTube channel. There you'll find the video tomorrow between 7 and 8 PM. I'm gonna announce it as a premiere. Dana, you spoiled it! I did listen to the clip, yeah. So, 8 more laps to the box. Time to think about laps remaining. 8 more laps. That will be lap 44. 9 more to go then. Should be able to do that on the same compound. Nine times. Actually, let's just take a safety lap. 10 times 2.86 is 29 liters we need for the run. Is the Lexus such a fan favorite in World Endurance Championship? Is that such a hype GT3 car? I'm not even gonna to say whether I understand or not understand it. I'm just asking whether that car is really so hyped. I do know indeed the cars that are coming in the update. If the Lexus will be OP on launch, then UD397 will just go the iRacing route, which I don't think they will. I think real life the Mustang sounds a bit more crazy, so that's the Mercedes with the roar. And I love the Lambo Prime V8. I've also set this in my video, which is coming tomorrow. I can't wait to put that Lambo V8 on the track and just like close the eyes and go through the gears. Yeah, Tanner, I'm thankful you for that, but I think the track is the obvious part to me. Is it V10? I thought it was a V8. Lambo is oh fuck. Yeah, not gonna do the video, I'm just gonna add a text bubble on editing where I say V8. I should really do more research when talking about the cars, right? Speaking about cars, this is the McLaren 720S LMGT3, and the GT3 car is going to be the weapon of choice for the 24 Hours of Le Mans for us in the Virtual Endurance Championship this Saturday and Sunday. So watch this channel for 24 Hours of Le Mans race action happening this weekend in the Virtual Endurance Championship season finale. We're going for a championship win with the team. Well, I'm just going for that because I'm helping them out on the lineup. As we're having 25 more minutes remaining. I'm sorry that the race became a bit boring here. Is the Aston Valkyrie a V12? I mean, the Valkyrie sounds like it has a V12 for sure. Hey Marco. Thank you so much. Yeah, likewise. I appreciated the battle. Good pace. Good awareness. Said this in the stream before. You were aggressive, but you were on point, like you were predictable and anticipatable, which is much appreciated. Also, no stupid moves, just good and aggressive racing. Really appreciated, man. Kudos to you. Shame for the penalty. Well, Andrew, what do you think is coming in the future as an announcement? This is also one way to end the race, right? Almost happened. Oh, come on, Mitchie, stop the slide. As we have 23 minutes to go. Whoa. This LMP2 has absolutely no grip on the outside. I think that is really worse than many other cars on that artificial ground with the dust. I would love to see two tracks for sure. When we're talking about ELMS and ILMS. I would love to see a laser scan version of Sepang in Malaysia. I want to have Silverstone back, which has been a blast on RF2. I want to race on Barcelona. Barcelona would be an awesome track. Also to learn about the cars, do the testing and stuff. What other tracks might be up for grabs there? Qatar Multiclass is going to be crazy indeed, but I'm looking so forward to it. I think it's an awesome track. Mugello would be nice. Is Mugello being used in ELMS? You guys know about the quality of Studio 397 content on tracks. This is outstandingly good. Oh! Oh, Henry Gumbel with a rate. Thank you so much, man. With 79 cruiser game hours. What have you been racing? TS7337, thank you for the follow. Welcome to this last to first challenge. Are you going to be in the same boat as everyone with Lusail, unless you have been an F1 24 diehard sweater, then you know the track pretty well already. Well, you can go for the Formula Pro Elite version 2. To my right here there is the version 1. That is a little bit cheaper. Otherwise, I don't know. I haven't heard about anything quality-wise regarding the Bavarian sim wheel manufacturer. Not sure how they are actually called, but there's some German company, so German engineering, I would assume, good quality. They have a big variety of steering wheels, also with screens, I think. Other than that, 100% sure, to be honest. Can't find a source on it, Perfect Raider. Actually, now I got confused, so even not watching on the track. We had some people from Studio 397 were at the ELMS opener. So there's hope for that. I love liveries and LMP3s, the tracks are just a bonus. Yeah, Bavarian Simtech, Oreca, absolutely. Bavarian Simtech is the company. First I thought it's just like what happened out of Fanatec, but it's not. It's a different company. Pokorny Engineering used to watch our channel here, but I haven't spoken to him in a while, so I'm not entirely sure about his steering wheels either. I haven't heard anything about his quality. I think he's doing them handmade solo, so there's probably a long lead time for that. Bartosz Setner, thank you very much for your sub on the YouTube channel. Welcome. Appreciate your support. Hang on a minute. Track limits. Stavros Musaid is really being like, oh, there's a chance which is slowing down. He gained 2 seconds in the last 5 laps. Because I really dropped my driving brain somewhere and left it there. Hello Bartosz, thank you for joining, thank you for supporting us with a sub on the YouTube channel. Yeah, and if you guys are new like Bartosz here on the channel, guys, we're hunting down 13,000 subscribers overall. We're missing 54 thanks to Bartosz, so if you want to support the channel, if you love the more ultimate stuff that we do, please have a follow and subscribe to the YouTube channel, give the stream a like, and note down tomorrow 7-8 p.m. we are releasing a new video about the Le Mans Ultimate updates, the content and the miscellaneous updates that are coming to the sim on June 10th, as a T-Lost MC has also decided to hit the subscription button. Thank you so much for the help, and now we're on big trouble. I fucked up with the fuel. Oof. Okay, Stavros will get us. This will mean GG's. 1.1 liters to finish this lap. Oh, this is so dumb. I'm so stupid. Lost 30 seconds so far. Half a liter used though. Yeah, that's how you lose a good race. Okay, 0.7 liters coming into the pits. And actually we might keep second still. It's 7 more laps to go. There goes Stavros. And I just said it a couple of moments ago. Stavros be like, hey, there's still happening something, right? Here we go. I mean, overfueled on top of that. Ah, fuck's sake. This is super annoying. I mean, it is still P2. But, you know, we're talking also about statistics. I'm a statistics guy. So I'm giving away a sure win. Yeah, quali pace from now on with 7 laps remaining. Not really what is helping us, but well, let's see. Too much talking in the situation. And someone said about 1 hour ago he's impressed with the mental capacity that I have. Yeah, I slept for 5 minutes. Could have probably reversed on track and just entered the pits. The moment I found out, would have probably lost 15 seconds but could have still fought for the win. Oh well. It is what it is. Yeah, but those other things happen when you're too sure about your own situation, right? So with 6, is it 6 laps remaining? 7 laps remaining, 6 from here on. Yeah, I would need to be 4 seconds quicker a lap in Stavros. It's not gonna happen. Well, I basically did a drive-through with the slow lap that I did, pretty much. Arguably, I could have used more fuel out of the 1.1 liters remaining, but whatever. It's not like this would have saved us 23 seconds. Refueling maybe 6 liters less would have saved us a bit more. 3 seconds maybe. Oh, you guys can see my fuel. I mean, mentally I was on this straight where it was like 1.5 laps of fuel remaining. It's like easy. Next lap we box, and then I forgot boxing. This is why engineers are yelling box, 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 box every time in the penultimate corner to you. Yeah, I would need Stavros to do a penalty or something. Thankfully I stopped counting about the races that I've lost that way. Because of own stupidity. Despite I hate admitting doing so. Yeah, at this pace I need 12 laps. 13. To make up for the mishap. Rackjack sir, thank you very much for your follow. I noticed the follow during my economy lap for sure. I remember when I was talking to you, I lost like over 8 laps, surely 8 to 10 seconds just from driving really bad and slow. Those were obviously now the seconds that I'm missing in order to salvage this. But again, it could be much worse, like... sorry, my bad, miscalculation. Yeah, we can add 360 now, it doesn't matter, does it? 53.1, we would have done 51 something. Yeah, as I said, the 12 laps. Setup is too aggressive though. 360 for the fans indeed. Well, Stavros doesn't have to pit anymore, so he cannot F up his fuel number. Not sure about the cuts, but if he's smart, he's just parking the car for 5 seconds during the off-track to avoid the cut. Oh well. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the thrill. To an extent. I guess still good fun watching it. I think, you know, we're burning 2.9 liters in flat out conditions. I think I did an awesome job bringing the car back to the pits with 1.1 liters. Things are always impossible until someone has done it. It's obviously not the type of discipline where I wanted to be first to do it, but oh well. Not sure if I was first, obviously. But T lost, yes, I'm still doing them. I also offer them for the more ultimate, as you can imagine. Five minutes remaining. 2 more laps then. Nope, I'm not using any haptics at all. Told me I screwed up with the pit stop. Forgot to pit. I had to limp around the track with a litter, with 1.1 liters. Actually made that stick without violating the track limits. I need to watch and replay when I realized that with the fuel issue. Both, Repo. I would accept motion and haptics if they were 100% accurate and spot on. But due to the nature of the way haptics are being produced, they happen with a delay. And I cannot deal with any latency between screen and things that I do. I also have a minor latency on the screen compared to my steering wheel. But as long as I cannot see it with a sheer eye, I'm not intimidated by it. However, when I go over the curb and I feel like the latency in the haptics, that just throws me off. It's just I can't handle it. On top of that, I think haptics are just generally slowing you down, because as a sim racer and esport guy, you focus on repetition as much as you can. Hitting the brakes on that white line, hitting it correctly, and not like this. It's just not, you know, satisfying the thing. Or satisfying the situation. It's not helping it. It would add immersion for sure, but as a esport guy, you're not about immersion. You're about maximum performance, and everything that throws you off you just turn it off. Just like shadows. Shadows are moving objects, but they don't give you any benefit in terms of performance when driving in the sim racing. Yes, it would give more immersion. That sun occlusion is obviously throwing some shadows around, but you just disable them, you know. So, I've done 2 spins, losing 10 seconds. Gap would be 14 seconds. Yeah, it is what it is. I have a weakness, which is accepting this mistake just beats me up. Lake Durin, everything that you can see here on the screen, on this screen, is Le Mans Ultimate stuff. The thing that you see on the stream is a third-party app, which I also see on the top screen, which is where all my additional information is coming from. But to answer your question, everything that you can see on the screen here is in-game. So, anyway, final lap. We're happy to park the car in a moment. Kudos to Stavros. Minimum amount of costly mistakes. I think he spun 3 or 4 times as well. But he didn't forget to pit, losing 30 seconds on the in-lap. Let me see, I think I noticed my issue around here. That would have been doable backwards. Ah, where did I notice it? I noticed it here. This would have been too tight. Where did I brake when coming for the finish now? Yeah, F. I could have probably reversed. But anyway, reversing is against the rules as well, so... It is what it is. Good job by Stavros. Kudos for the win. So, we're having a quick look at the race's result, what that means on the rating. I don't get into the satisfaction of a good rating anymore. Like, I keep screwing up a bit too much. Sighing Servo, thank you very much for your follow, and 1 more follow to go for 8,100 on Twitch. Appreciate your time. So I think we need to wait on Papa Jesper to finish the race. What would have I get in driver rank if I won? Probably 3%. But it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Stats. Yeah. It's funny how in online championships I have the worst win rate, but the top 5 is OP. Also the podiums. Quite funny. Anyway, guys, that takes us to the end of the race. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Again, tomorrow comes the video about the latest content updates that we are going to get on Le Mans Ultimate. And we're looking forwards to this altogether. Make sure to tune in 7 p.m., 8 p.m. Central European summertime to watch what is the latest news on Le Mans Ultimate updates. Then there will be another video coming about the future of Le Mans Ultimate from my POV. And additionally, this weekend we're gonna race 24 hours of Le Mans. Guys, that is the plan, that is the schedule. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, Justin. Appreciate the words. Hope you are happy with your P7 as well. Seems like a rough race for you. Thomas, thank you so much. Have a nice evening, everyone. We're now gonna have a look at Array on Twitch, of course. So let me see who is live. Hopefully with some Le Mans Ultimates. That is Chris Pereira. He is live with Le Mans Ultimate and doing some racing. So join him, enjoy the time with him, give him a follow, enjoy more Le Mans Ultimate madness, and see you these days. Bye. Bye bye.